Okay. Digvijay, I congratulate you on your wonderful success. You have made your parents proud. Very good. Congratulations. And I wish you a very successful career ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And I think that credit goes to you also, sir.
It's all your hard work. It's your hard work and it's your luck. I just guide people, and I think rest is all the hard work of the individual. And I think your grandfather is here.
So my father is here.
Okay, let me talk to him. Uh, then we will have further discussions. Okay, so that I can free him.
He's coming in just 2 minutes.
Okay, wonderful. Very nice. The entire village must be happy.
So we have still not disclosed the matter.
Okay, very good. There is no problem.
Yes, sir. We're gonna reveal it after the medicals. Once the medicals are successfully held, then we'll reveal that.
Yeah, that's all. That should be there. And even I think the person who had recommended you, the Subedar Major Saab, there's a missed call from him. घरोंडा से शायद आपके ग्रैंडफादर के जो फ्रेंड थे,
yes, sir.
उनका कॉल था. टुमारो मॉर्निंग आई विल टॉक टू हिम. दादाजी कहाँ गए?
दादाजी अभी दूसरे घर में गए हुए हैं. अभी बस 4 मिनट पहले गए हैं.
अच्छा, ओके. You told him?
Yes, sir. I told him, sir. He was waiting from 1.5 hours. Then we thought that the link will not come, that you may be busy somewhere.
I said 9 o'clock only. You only said 9, huh? Yeah.
Yes, sir. I only said 9 o'clock, but he had some work with animals.
Okay, fine.
Otherwise, they'll catch cold.
I know. Yeah, old man. He must be. How old he is?
It's near 70, maybe.
Must be around 70. Yes.
No, I was saying about animals. They are standing outside.
Okay. Chalo. I just wanted your father to get free. He's there?
No. Just 2 minutes, sir.
Okay. When is the medicals?
So in September last week.
Get your though generally at this age people are perfectly fine, but you can sometimes there can be a wax in the ear. You can get it cleared from the ENT specialist. नमस्कार संजय कुमार जी, आपको बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो. Congratulations. Great achievement. Yeah, I am also very happy. And in last 4 weeks we had 4 success, 3 for Air Force and 1 for Navy, including Digvijay.
3 Air Force
and 1 Navy.
चलो जी, ये तो बहुत बढ़िया हो गया जी.
और बाई चांस हर वीक में एक बंदा जाता रहा और वो होता रहा. एंड जनरली हमारे तो ग्रुप्स बड़े नहीं होते ना, हम तो एक टाइम में एक ही आदमी को कोचिंग देते हैं. तो नॉर्मली 5 से 6 लोग होते हैं हमारे पास. तो जो जाता गया होता गया. वेरी नाइस. अच्छा, बड़ा बढ़िया महीना निकला और बच्चों को सफलता मिलती है तो आपको खुशी होती है
जी. अभी तो अक्टूबर तक है ना सर?
ये तो चलता, पूरे साल चलता रहता है. है. कभी कोई एंट्री है, कभी
जो इस वाला है जो एनडीए, ये अक्टूबर तक चलेगा इसका विषय.
एनडीए है, फिर सीडीएस चल पड़ता है, फिर टेक्निकल एंट्री चल पड़ता है. कितनी एंट्रीज हैं, तो एसएसबी पूरे साल रहता है. चलो बहुत अच्छा है. आपने अपने जमाने में एसएसबी ट्राई किया था, है ना? तो आपको अभी जो आपके दिल में मतलब एक अलग किस्म की खुशी होनी चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से।
हाँ, मैंने वास्तव में एनडीए का टेस्ट तो दिया था, लेकिन तैयारी उस तरह से नहीं की, क्योंकि एक तो जानकारी जागरूकता नहीं थी उस समय में,
जागरूकता भी नहीं थी, ये बात सही
और
है।
कोचिंग भी नहीं थी, पता ही नहीं था। कोचिंग तो होगी लेकिन हमें नहीं पता था ऐसा कुछ।
हाँ, ये बात सही कह रहे हो, गांव में पता भी नहीं चलता और कोई
हाँ,
गाइड करने वाला भी नहीं मिलता।
गाइड करने वाला भी नहीं था, ये भी बात थी।
और
और
दादाजी
पैसे की भी दिक्कत रहती थी
हाँ, ये बात भी है।
उस
और
समय में।
दादाजी की क्या फीलिंग थी दादाजी को जब पता लगा?
हाँ, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, एकदम
अच्छा,
खुश है वो। हाँ,
चलो बहुत अच्छा है। और जिन्होंने दादाजी को मेरा रेफरेंस दिया था, आज उनका भी मिस कॉल है, शायद इसीलिए होगा, उनको दादाजी ने बता दिया होगा।
हाँ, हाँ।
हाँ, चलो बहुत
अभी तो
अच्छा।
बस आगे मेडिकल है।
मेडिकल में तो तकरीबन सभी ठीक होते हैं। इसके कान में मैल वगैरह जब करनाल जाते हो तो आप चेक करा लीजिए। और
हाँ,
कई बार कान में वैक्स होता है, खास करके जो लोग गांव से आते हैं उनको पता नहीं चलता उनके कान में वैक्स होता है, तो
अच्छा,
ईएनटी
दांत
स्पेशलिस्ट।
दांत का भी होता है, क्यों कीड़ा काड़ा लग गया दांत में, उसका भी होता है क्या?
हाँ, चेकिंग तो हर एक चीज की करते हैं, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं, पर इसके तो ठीक होने चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से।
एक में है इसका।
तो उसको फिलिंग करवा लो।
अच्छा,
अगर कीड़ा लगा हो तो उसको फिलिंग करवा लो।
अच्छा, फिलिंग करवा लेंगे इसको।
हाँ, फिलिंग करवा लेना चाहिए। और उसके
उससे
अलावा।
तो
हाँ
उससे
जी।
ज्यादा तो फर्क नहीं, ज्यादा फर्क तो नहीं पड़ेगा
नहीं,
दांत पे?
ऐसे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए, और कीड़ा है तो फिलिंग तो करनी ही पड़ेगी, नहीं तो
हाँ,
जान खराब भी हो जाएगी ना एक टाइम के बाद तो।
हाँ, 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 वो तो फिलिंग तो करा रखी है इसने,
हाँ, वो
करा
फिर
दी।
ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
अच्छा।
और सबसे अच्छी बात ये कि जैसे आपको टाइम मिला है तो ये ईएनटी स्पेशलिस्ट से ईयर नोज थ्रोट चेक करवा लीजिए, आई
हाँ
स्पेशलिस्ट से आंखें चेक करवा लीजिए,
जी।
है ना। मेडिकल स्पेशलिस्ट से जैसे चेस्ट, है ना, चेस्ट
हम्म,
वगैरह के एक्सरे करके वो देख लेते हैं, है ना।
अच्छा।
सारी चीज चेक करा लीजिए। अभी ये जो वक्त है ना, इसको दो काम है, सुबह शाम
हाँ,
दौड़ना, दौड़ के
हाँ,
आएगा। और जिस दिन एक दिन टाइम निकाल के, करनाल में तो हर तरह के स्पेशलिस्ट हैं, सारा
हाँ,
चेकिंग
हाँ।
हो जाएगा।
तो चेस्ट में क्या एक्सरे करवाएं चेस्ट का?
वो मेडिकल स्पेशलिस्ट को दिखाओगे ना, इतने बड़े बच्चे में कुछ नहीं होता है, पर
अच्छा।
क्योंकि डिटेल मेडिकल होता है तो फिर
हाँ,
भी मेडिकल स्पेशलिस्ट जैसा बोले वैसा कर लो,
अच्छा, अच्छा, अच्छा।
है ना। सारे टेस्ट हो जाते हैं आपको, और भी निश्चिंत हो जाते हो आप।
चलो वो भी करा लेंगे सर।
हाँ, वो ठीक रहता है।
ठीक है
बहुत
सर।
अच्छा है।
जी,
और आपके परिवार को मेरी तरफ से एक बार फिर से बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो।
जी,
और
जी, जी।
बहुत अच्छा, ऐसे ही कामयाबी मिलती रहे, अच्छा लगता है।
हाँ, बस अब तो ये एनडीए करेगा अपना। ठीक है, छोटा है वो, उसको भी कुछ ना कुछ देखते हैं क्या सोचेगा वो। अभी अभी
जब
परेशान में है।
परिवार में जब बड़ा बच्चा सक्सेसफुल होता है तो सब सक्सेसफुल होते हैं, क्योंकि
बिल्कुल।
वो उनको गाइड मिल जाता है, मोटिवेशन देने वाला मिल जाता है, और फिर वो सोचते हैं कि भाई इसने किया मैं भी करूंगा, और उसको बहुत सारे साधन भी मिल जाते हैं। जैसे आप जो कह रहे
हम्म।
थे ना कि कोई बताने वाला नहीं था, कोई जानकारी नहीं थी, तो अब सारी जानकारी घर में आ जाती है।
हाँ, 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 ये तो है।
ठीक है।
चलो, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने अच्छी ट्रेनिंग दी बच्चे को। और
चलो ठीक है,
देखो सक्सेसफुल
आप
हो
ऐसा
गया।
सोचते हैं, चलो बड़ा धन्यवाद आपका, थैंक यू सो मच।
जी,
चलो,
जी।
ओके, चलो दिग्विजय को भेज दीजिए। ओके दिग्विजय, एज आई टोल्ड यू आर लुकिंग वेरी ब्राइट एज ऑलवेज, है ना।
Thank you, sir.
Once again I congratulate you, and get your medicals done. Get your medicals done. Check your get your ENT checked up, eyes medical specialist. Get your things checked up and go for morning and evening run. Now you must run for at least 5 kilometers a day, so that when you land up in academy, you are the fittest one. पुशअप्स लगाना, चिनअप्स लगाना, और अभी अच्छा खाना खाओ, ठीक है, एंड खूब एक्सरसाइज करना है। यू आर यू विल बी वेरी गुड पायलट, ठीक है, आई कैन सी दैट। यस, नाउ आई विल नॉट टेक मच टाइम, and now you can share your experience of 5 days, that including your PABT test also. I think nowadays they have given a different name to it, and now you can, like, a lot of people will be listening to you, so that I will be asking doubts which, as a cadet, they will be eager to ask you. So now I hand over mic to you, and now you can continue, share your experience. We will be together for at least 1 hour now.
So first of all, thank you for the congratulations, and once again, I'll give the credit to you only. And
You,
so,
you really felt
I'll,
how different you felt the coaching was.
sir,
What was the
coaching
best
was,
part?
I think the best part of coaching was psychology, because I think that is what should be, an officer should have a good psychology, and you give me that, sir. Um, uh, and I think
Okay,
that's
that
the best part of the coaching.
one-on-one class was helpful to you.
Yes, sir, because there was specific focus on one place, so I think one-on-one class were very helpful. Then we also had some GDs also and together session with others also. So it was not just one-on-the-one always. It helped a
Yeah, the
mix of
group
different
discussions
classes.
which we carried out on Sundays
Yes, sir.
were useful, good interactive sessions.
Yes, sir. So the perfect mix that was there of the one-on-one classes and then on Sundays GD with other students. I think that was the best part, sir.
Okay, and the group planning exercises and mock interviews we conducted must have helped you.
Yes, sir. I think that there was nothing which would have not helped me in the interview that you provided me, and there were group planning exercise. There was a briefing about the GTO tasks. Although we are not physically with each other, but still also I like the GTO things that you told me that were very helpful, sir.
And the innovations which you had done at your home, the rope which you have fixed on the tree in your house.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So let us start the day you reported to Dehradun, and what next? Continue.
So I went Dehradun with my parents. They went for vacations, and I went for the SSBs. On the reporting, there were 220 children, 220 candidates like me, all very happy, very excited. We went inside. Our some initial document checks were done, and then we were taken for the breakfast and then for the testing. Um, so testing, I think this time was a little bit difficult because obviously I'm a repeater and I'm supposed to uh, show a little bit more good things about myself or to be much good at the testing. So I think the testing this time were a little bit hard, but uh, at the same time easy also because now I was a repeater also. And
Okay. So this time the OIR practice, OIR test which you had done, you felt it was easier.
yes, sir, because as you have already recommended me some books, I practice them not on a daily basis. Sometimes I used to miss, but I practice a lot, and then I think the OA was very good because of them. The TATs and helped me at the picture perception test, and I think as I
And
mentioned earlier, the psychology you have already gave me such psychology which was perfect for the I think the interview process. Picture perception was good, and discussions as we had on the Sundays and with you that helped me the discussion test, and overall the
okay,
screening process was fine.
okay.
You are-
Uh, you reported, and 220 cadets were there. How many got screened in?
So there were 220 candidates, and 9 of us were repeaters. Out of 9, 7 got screened in. We were very lucky. I know out of 9, 7 got screened in. And in the repeaters, and in the totality, we were 69 candidates that were in,
Okay,
including the 7 repeaters.
the OIR practice which did on screen without MCQs, was that helpful?
So that was much helpful than those which were rest provided at the other places like MCQs in the books, because there we had some choices and we can do some tukka type or we'll get some ideas with the choices. But when we don't have an idea, our mind works more faster, more best,
Okay,
and
that
will help
practice
you at the
helped you.
SSB. and that
The
will help
practice
you at the
screen.
SSB.
Okay. And after, like, you got screened in. Yeah. What was the PPTT you got? What kind of picture was there?
So in the TAT, sir,
PPTT. Screening, I'm talking.
so the picture was about a restaurant scene. There was two tables, only two people were sitting on the tables, and it was looking like a mall scene where it was a restaurant inside a mall.
Okay, fine. How was the group discussion and lecture and narration?
Sir, narration was very good, and the group discussion was very fruitful because after the narration, we already had arrived at a common story, at a common plot itself. Then in the discussion, it was just needed some few efforts to come at the final story.
Okay, so you got screened in, and then I think group of repeater must be separate one
Yes, sir.
of the 7 people.
No, sir. In the screening, nine were there, and screened in were 7.
Okay, so the second day started.
Uh, so our psychology test started at the first day itself, not on the second day.
Okay,
And once we get screened in, there were some more document verifications that we were asked to bring with us. The document verification occurred, and at just 7 in the evening, our psychological test started.
okay.
And
How were the pictures? Was there any difficult picture?
there were negative pictures, but there were no difficult picture because we were already trained how to handle such situations with the negative pictures, how to write a good story around negative pictures also.
Okay, you recollected that. I'm
Yes.
happy about this. Fine. Yeah, can you tell about any 2 negative pictures? Like what kind of pictures it were?
So the one is a child was drowning inside a lake type. It was not a river but a lake. A child was drowning inside the lake, and then a person was lying unconscious on the floor with another person with his, you know,
Some
muka.
knife in the hand.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So you were very comfortable with all the TATs.
Yes, sir.
How
All the
many? Okay, fine. How many SRTs you could do?
So I could do 45 SRTs.
Slightly slow you were.
Yes, sir. I was slightly slow, but in the end, I was satisfied with the content which I wrote in the SRTs.
Okay, fine. Good. And any particular situation like where you were finding to get a difficult reaction?
So I don't remember particularly, but there must be one or two. But there also I found some good solution to them.
What is so important while writing the reactions? What you feel? How a candidate should concentrate? Can you throw some lights like what you followed?
So there must not be something imaginary while you are writing the situation reactions. There must be something realistic. In the sense like you should not think yourself somebody PM or some CM that you will find a solution like this way. Very simply that you will with just a chutki and then somebody will come and everything will happen. You have to think at a realistic level and at your level that when you put yourself in the situation, the right solution will come itself.
Correct. The practical part, logical thinking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's very nice. So you were comfortable in TAT and SRT. Words you must have done comfortably, I feel.
Yes, sir. So because of the time practice that we did here together, that helped us at the word association test. Although I missed few words, but then also I was like before I was satisfied with my performance in the last.
Okay. Then after that, what was the next day test?
So next day in the morning itself, our Gto task started. They went for 2 days in the line. At the 1:30, we were freed from the task, and then we went to the our classes. But the barracks, I would say, So the GTO task, I think, were good as per the knowledge that we already had.
What were the topics for the lecturates? Like whatever as per whatever you remember.
So my topic for the lecturate was the two which I remember, which on which I had thought that I could speak well on these two. The one was homeschooling, and the second one was women in politics. But
What
politics,
was your topic you selected?
so I selected homeschooling because I wanted to avoid any political kind of thing in the interview itself. So I selected homeschooling to speak about.
And others topic, anything you remember about others also?
Sir, about others, they were like India's nuclear policy, then the malnutrition, hunger. There were two separate things for two different peoples, also same malnutrition and hunger. And then we had tourism, etc. All the common topics that we had already read or we had already prepared. Mostly these were the common topics. Current affair as such, there was no topic related to the current affairs in the lecturate task.
Okay, what tips you like to give to your listeners about lecturate?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't hear the question properly.
I said, what tips you like to give to the listeners about the lecturate, how they should handle it?
I will say that while you are given 3 minutes to prepare, you should utilize them well, and you should not go on making each and every line in the 3 minutes. You should just make the subheadings in the headings. That will help you while you will prepare at the lecturate. And beforehand, before you go to the SSBs, you should have some facts and statistics with you, because there should look that you have some matter. What are you speaking? It is not like just bragging that yes, uh, India is a long country. You should know that India has this much square kilometers area. That will look good in your lecture task.
Okay.
You should have some facts and figures, some statistics, and then you should have command on what you are speaking, and you should also take care of the time. If you lack time, start repeating your words again, but do not leave it in between. Because in the SSBs, I saw there were two people with me who stopped beforehand. They were going good, they somewhere stuck, and they left at the moment. What I think that they should have repeated the last things that they had already spoken instead of leaving it at a place. So these are the things that I would suggest, that first utilize your 3 minutes properly, then have some subject matter inside your lecture task, and even if you forget, don't worry and just repeat.
Okay, fine. How about the body language, the way one should stand?
So I'll repeat the line that you say कि डेढ़ टांग पे मत खड़े हो यार, तुमको दो टांग पे ही खड़े होना है. So I think that should be the body language. You should stand like a gentleman, which is desired, and stand on two legs, not on 1.5 legs.
Okay, you remember this thing. Yeah, I always tell, stand on two legs. Yes. Okay. Then came the group discussion. What was the topic like which your group got?
So first we had, in which we had a choice to select among two topics. The first topic was GST and the second one was social media. We need to select one of them, and it was obvious that we were going to select social media because that one was quite difficult. The GST one.
Okay. GST was slightly difficult.
Sorry, sir.
GST was slightly difficult. Social media was better.
So because it was a group task, although it was not difficult for everybody who had some knowledge about the GST, it was good to speak about. And but I think social media has more content to speak about, and the group agreed on the social media topic.
Okay. And what was the topic which other groups got, in case you remember?
So we had our group discussion test on the same day, so almost all got the same topics.
Okay. That's fine. Yes, after that.
Sir, our first day got award with our lecture task, and on the second day it started with our individual obstacles. And command task and final group task. And sir, I did well at those also because as per your advice and as you mentioned, we have a rope on our name tree. So I had already practiced uh, those things. So I think and what I think that my IO individual obstacles went good. I could perform 8 out of 10.
Okay. You were running short of time, or obstacles? Which was the most difficult obstacle which you felt?
So I think tire was most difficult obstacle there because I had not practiced it also, and it was at a height also. It was much more than my height. I couldn't even hold it properly. So I think that was the most difficult one.
Okay. Because of the high degree of difficulty got increased.
Yes, sir. My hands could not reach the top of the tire. I couldn't get hold of it.
Now, if required, you can put that tire on your name tree. Now you can do it. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This was a new kind of obstacle which I never thought you will not, because you are a lightweight person. Even like one chin up kind of
I
thing.
did it, sir. I did
Yeah.
it, sir. As per the GTO briefings, we were supposed to take our legs first, but then I took my head first because that was the only way I could do it now, and then landed on my legs. Turned and then landed on my
I
legs.
got it. I have understood it. That is also one way of doing it. One should do the way one is comfortable, and one should not get hurt. That's fine. So you are very comfortable in obstacles also. Then how
Yes.
about the group planning exercise?
So group learning, I exercise was good because we could arrive at a common conclusion, and common conclusion was a little matching to me. I will not say that properly it was my idea, but I could influence a group much.
Okay. And what else, in the group, how many times you could speak during the discussion, and the final conclusion, which solution which came from the group side, how much contribution you had in that?
So I'll say nearly 20% contribution I had in the final conclusion because there were 7 people and everybody had different ideas. So we made a mix of everything, but we arrived at a good conclusion. And I spoke nearly 6 to 7 times in this also.
Yeah, it means what you recommend is that whenever you get a chance, even for speaking one sentence, you must not miss that particular chance.
And this is very rare that you will get a chance. You have to grab it.
Correct. That is the key. You have to grab it. Yes, correct. Fine. And
Nobody is sitting there to give you a chance that yes, now Digvijay, you speak. You have to from yourself come forward and grab the chance.
okay, they selected you as a leader to give the solution on the behalf of group.
So before that could happen, one person himself nominated himself. So we went to him that okay, why now up to the boli diya tha, then you go.
Okay, what was his fate?
So unfortunately, he could not get recommended.
Yeah, it is unlike an officer to nominate oneself.
Yes,
Normally, officers have to be very fair. When a person has to be nominated by group, then it cannot be an individual nomination.
yes.
That's fine. And even your group planning exercise went off well. Yeah. How about the progressive group task?
So PGT, there were 5 obstacles in the progressive group task, and out of those 5, one was for our HGT half group task. So rest they were left 4. And out of 4, I gave ideas for 3. So I was very satisfied with my performance because 3 of the ideas were mine, and the group has a good coordination. And I did also perform the ideas. The ideas were all practical. It was not like any of them failed. And the concessions that GTO sir gave us, it was good.
Okay,
Overall,
fine.
it went like perfect. for the group. For the whole group, it was like perfect.
Okay. And the group behaved well?
Yes,
People
sir.
cooperated?
Competition in the sense it was a positive competition. It was like not in the sense like I had in the previous term.
It was a healthy competition and
Yes,
people showed cooperation for each other?
yes, sir. Everybody had cooperation in the mind and then helping each other. It was a good environment that was being created at the PGT time.
Okay. How about the half group task?
So half group task was similar to the PGT and it also went good.
Okay.
We
And
could
about
complete.
command tasks?
Yes, sir. In the command task, I tell you that in the end, the GTO had made it so difficult that there was only a single stick standing in our ground. Now I was supposed to climb on the single stick and then go that side, bring the load, and then come back, which was practically impossible. But just to show that how the height of difficulty was, that in the end only one stick was standing in whole ground. Everything rest was yellow, broken. The rope is broken. The thing is yellow. Everything was like out of bound. But I had already given 3 to 4 ideas for the same thing, so it also went good.
So how you selected two subordinates to help you in that particular task? What was your criteria?
So we were free to call as many as we wanted to call. If we want to call two, we could call two. If we wanted to call one, we could call one. And if we were supposed to call the whole group, then we could also do that. And in the my command task, what I saw was that there was not enough place to stand there. If I could have brought two people with me, then the one person would be standing idle, or he must not be doing anything. So I just called one subordinate for the task.
Only one.
Yes, sir.
Why? And in selecting that one also, what was your criteria?
Sir, my criteria was that I should select a fearless person. It is not like standing on the bully and his legs are shivering, and I should select a lightweight person because physical power was not allowed in the command task or in the PGT also. We could not use physical power. So only the one thing which we had left was that the person should be fearless and the person should be lightweight, climb the things. So this was a criteria which I took to choose some.
Okay, that's fantastic. And but why you called only one? I want to know how many others called one.
So only I called one in whole group. That and the reason was because the task in which I was given, there was not proper place to stand. Even if I would have called two-person with me, the one should have standed idle because there was not enough space to perform or stand.
GTO, he never said ki you call two person. Why are you calling one?
Yes, sir. He said that why are you calling one? You can call two. I was like, sir, that because here there is not enough space or enough things to perform the task, so I called one.
Okay, and you could complete your task.
Yes, sir. I gave 4 different ideas for the same task.
Oh, that's nice, fantastic. So here entire GTO test was over.
Yes, sir. With the final group task, the tasks were over.
Okay, how about your interview now? Yeah.
So my interview was good, and because of the background which I took with myself, I think it went well. And like this time, I was very too much truthful and loyal. I think that helped me a lot.
Okay, what were the questions?
So the questions were mostly about my friend circle, my family, and my work.
What work?
So I had started writing also. So now I'm an anchor and a writer.
Okay. Okay, I would like to read your works. Yeah.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, what is the theme on which you write?
So I am supposed to write for children from first class to eighth class online blogs for a mobile application, which are written towards their holistic development. Like we had to include co-ed ideas and yoga, etc. So everything, I think that was That is something which would have enhanced my creativity and also helped me in the interview part.
Okay, that's fine. And let us go by specific questions. Like, I would like to know the specific questions.
So first of all, when I entered, like I thanked him for offering the seat, and then he briefed me about interview. Like he has my PIQ, and he's gonna ask questions from that. And then he posed the first question that Digvijay, your name is quite different, and what does it mean? This was the first question that the interviewer asked me, and I told him the interesting story behind my name, that my father kept, even after the Kundli said something else, my father kept other name because he wanted to reflect the meaning in the name.
Okay.
So then came my, he asked me about my education. There was a series of questions, like 8 to 10 questions in once, and everything was my education, my school performance, etc.
That included your scorecards?
Yes, sir. My scorecard, like how much percentage I got from 8th to 12th.
Okay, how much percentage you got from 8th to 12th? Okay.
So
You
I was,
remember?
sir, in 8th class, when I was in 8th class, there was grading system, so there was no percentage. In 9th class, I got 96%. In 10th
Okay,
class,
I meant to say you could remember this.
yes, I could remember the data statistics.
Okay, good. Okay, what else then after that?
So it was like co-curricular activities, the things I participated in. Then he came to my job, like salary and everything. Then we discussed about 20 minutes on that part.
You are working for whom? Like which agency?
So working for an online application, sir. I'm registered with a company, Venetic Technologies.
Okay, what exactly you do? I'd like to know.
I write for the mobile application. I write blogs.
Okay, you write blog. How much they pay you?
1,500. I mean, for it is like I would not like to disclose the amount, but
Okay,
uh,
you have already disclosed it.
no, sir, it was just half disclosed. Like
Okay, okay.
there is.
You can keep your secret with you. I don't mind it. And okay, let us move ahead. What are next questions like you were asked?
Sir, I was asked about, then it came to my friends and family that how many friends you have. If I ask your friend that, then what will he tell me about you? And like, who is your best friend? Why is he your best friend? And how many friends you have in total? How many friends in village? How many friends in school? How many friends on social media? Like this, the whole thing went. And then it came to my family and family background.
Okay, what particular question which you thought or you had difficulty in answering?
So, I think it was my education, because in 10th class I got 93%. That's a good score. But in 12th class, my scores dropped a little bit. So that was, and as I already imagined that the question will be posed, and it was posed in the interview, that why did your marks fell down?
Okay, what was your answer?
So my answer was that because this time the marks are given by CBSE on the basis of previous classes, and in 11th class our school did a bit strict marking, so that was the reason.
That was quite logical also. It has happened in number of schools, and at other places people have got very high scores also. Students are very happy.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yeah. Anything he asked about your games and sports?
Yes, sir. He asked me that, Digvijay, tell me about games that you participated. I was like, sir, that I didn't participate in any official sports event, but I do play at my locality.
Okay. One very typical game you had told me. which I have not heard anywhere. What is that?
Which is like we play Fitto and Guchito right now, village.
Gucci Tora, yes. I never heard, but I still remember that there was a different game. Yes. Fine. And anything he asked you to organize?
Yes, sir. He asked me that how that like you are an anchor, then how will you anchor the stage of an event? So I told him the whole thing that first you go, then welcome everybody, and then felicitations and everything. He asked me to organize, basically anchor an event, to host an event.
Yeah, that you have been doing. No,
Yes,
no,
sir.
I will again not ask how much they pay you, but you are a good anchor. I know it. Very nice. At this age, if somebody can anchor such a big gatherings, it is really wonderful. It speaks of confidence, and that confidence would have really helped you also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what else?
So with this, with my family background at the last, my interview was over, and on the fourth day, it was like a holiday for us. We enjoyed with
Okay,
friends and
how
relatives.
long your interview lasted?
So hardly 45 minutes. Hardly, sir.
45 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Any point, any tip you recommend for the listeners, like for the interview particularly?
Um, I think that all they must have heard it before also, and I'll just repeat that you need to be confident, and you need to be truthful, you need to be honest, and these three things will take you through. And one more thing, that if you have something in your background which should not be revealed, then you must not reveal that, I think. Although I'm saying some contradicting things, that you must be honest and truthful, and then also should not reveal something which is bad in your background, but you have to take care of these both things together.
Okay, fine. Any other tip?
And
Anything about the current affairs was asked?
yes, sir, because you have gone through like that. If you must be aware of your surroundings, you must be aware of the current affairs, and the questions will be asked in the interview. Like from me, he had asked seven different CMs of seven different states. He asked like, who is the CM of Assam, who is the CM of Mizoram, then went to Karnataka, Maharashtra, all were recently in the news. So he asked me near 7 to 8 CMs of different states, and then he went to Taliban. So that one should also prepare on news, about news and current affairs. One should take check of the um, it can be an app in your mobile, it can be BBC Beyond, or like you can watch the TV for half or 1 hour, so which I used to do. This will keep you updated with the news and will help you in the interview also. And as I said in the lecture task, you must have facts and statistics. Once you will watch news, you will have that facts and statistics with you, and that will help you in the lecturate also, in group discussion also, and in the interview obviously it will help you.
The PowerPoint slides of various topics which
Yes,
we
sir.
had discussed, were they useful?
Yes, sir. They were highly useful. Like the data which I found in those PowerPoint slides, it was like, where could I get it else from anywhere? I searched on the internet. I could found only it was like different articles, but not that data which I found in your slides, sir. And the slides also were like very inclusive. Like one slide will take 2 3 topics with it, and also it will intermingle with other topics very easily, so you will have a huge data about each and everything.
You felt benefited.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fantastic. Your interview went off well, and then what? How many finally got selected? Like initially 230 reported, 69 screened in, and finally how many got selected?
Finally 19 of us were selected, out of which 2 were repeaters. One more person in my batch got recommended other than
Okay,
me.
19 finally out of 69, and then your that PABT test started. What they call it nowadays?
So now they call it CPSS,
CPSS. What is the full form?
computerized pilot selection system.
Computerized pilot selection system. Yeah, all the listeners will be benefited by your this point. One must know the correct names also. And yeah, how was that? Yeah, share your experience in detail.
CPS they have two levels. Level 1, you have to clear it. It is like a written exam on computer. You have 5 options. You have to choose one, and there will be 70 to 80 questions. Maybe I don't remember exactly the number of questions. You have to do this, and this is a qualifying level. If you qualify this, only you will then only you will be allowed to sit in the second part. And 19 out of 19 qualified this in my batch. In my batch.
Okay. Like this test comprised of what type of questions?
Sir, if you sit for CPSS level 1, then you will be briefed about some instruments like this is compass, this is artificial horizon, this will tell you direction, this will tell you how much it is tilted on the left or right. You have to read 6 to 7 instruments together. In the options, you will be having options, and you do have to select one out of them, which will be correct or wrong as per asked. The basic thing is you have to read instruments in the level 1.
Yeah, how these were the instrument you were seeing for the first time?
Except compass, others were except compass and the speed, the meter which tells speed, the others were I was seeing for the first time.
So how could you answer correctly about those?
So they'll brief you before you start your CPSS that this instrument will tell you this thing, this will tell you height, this will tell you
okay, they will tell you this, brief you about the same instrument, and
yes.
On the same day they will ask you the questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all 19 cleared the stage 1 of CPSS.
Yes, sir. So
okay, after that,
then we had some 15 to 30 minutes break, and our level 2 started. In the level 2, there were like a series of tests, and in every test, you are supposed to do multitasking. Like your legs are doing something else, your hands are doing something else, and your mind is doing something else at the same moment. So basically, it checks that you're multitasking at the single time. Coordination among your hands and legs and your mind also, because once you focus on one thing, the other thing skips. Then you need to take back, then till the time this will skip. So that you have to make some balance between everything.
Okay, so how many qualified that ability test?
So I think seven qualified.
Okay, finally 7 qualified. And like any tip you like to give the listener for your CPSS tests, stage 1 also and stage 2 also, what tips and what was the duration of these 2 tests?
Sir, the duration on the person who is giving the test, it is like you get a small briefing before every next test will start in the series. You'll get some time, and you can have the time. You can extend the time to 1 hour, or you can do that within 1 minute. You can finish the reading instructions. You'll get
No,
ample time to read.
what I mean to say, you said there are 70 to 80 questions on computer. So what is the duration for that particular test?
For first particular test, we'll get 2 hours.
2 hours for those 70, 80 tests, 70, 80 questions.
Yes, sir.
And what is the duration for the stage 2 test?
That 2 hours are inclusive of the instructions that they'll give you. I mean that I sat in the room for 2 hours. I don't remember the time which we got for the questions, but we sat in the room for 2 hours.
Okay.
Including instructions and all.
So were you finding it difficult to make a coordination of hand, eye, mind?
Yes, sir. That was quite difficult, sir. It was like
how you could manage it.
So we get 4 chances for same test, like chance 1, chance 2, chance 3, and chance 4. The one which will go best will be taken in account for your final marks. Then till the time you reach for 4th, you have some practice, and I think that is somewhere which is a good point of CPSS, that you will sit with practice also at the same moment.
Okay, very nice. So wonderful attempted And congratulations to you. Very good. I am very sure you will be a very successful officer. As it is, you are a very bright, you have been a bright student also. And I really appreciate your skills. I appreciate your confidence, your communication skills. Yeah, what are the final tips you like to give to the listeners?
So final tips that the psychology, and see, first thing is screening, and for screening the one thing is which mostly people ignore is OIR. You need to practice for that, because some people have myths that it will not be checked before screening, but it will be checked, and your selection will be based on that OIR also. So you need to focus on OIR also. First thing is this, and interview. The only tip which I'll give is, which I already given, is be honest, be truthful, and also at the same time uh, don't reveal too much. Uh, take some statistics with you, take some facts and figures. And about the GTO, the only advice which I'll give is participate. Participate as much as you can in the group task, on the field also, and in the room also. Participate as much as you can, because uh, even if you have the qualities, you have to show them somehow, somewhere you have to show them, and you could only show them if you participate. So participate as much as one can.
Yeah, your participation will automatically give you projection.
Yes, sir.
And this participation not only starts in SSB, you should start participation from your school time. Whether it is an annual function, whether it's a dramatics, whether it is any sports event being conducted, or whether it is a blood donation camp or Swachh Bharat camp, any type of event is there, your participation teaches you a lot. I have seen students who have been participating in school events, they have been very successful and they become a team man. They know what is cooperation. They build confidence. They have got camaraderie. This participation teaches you a lot. Participation teaches you a team spirit. It makes you very fair. It gives you honesty.
And
It gives you
confidence.
straightforwardness. Yeah,
Confidence, sir. Confidence.
confidence. Wonderful. And now we will conclude. Thanks. Wonderful discussion we had. I am very sure listeners will be benefited. God bless you. Be successful, do well in life, and remain in contact.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Good night,
God
sir.
bless you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.